Hey guys, welcome back. You're still watching Business Lunch on CNBC TV 18. Let's talk stocks now. NALCO has hit a 10-year high as aluminium prices scaled to 2011 peak levels on growing demand and supply disruptions. Nigel is here to tell us more about that. Nigel.
Well, reports suggest that there's a coup that's taken place in Guinea. And remember, Guinea is a country in the Western Africa, and it's important for alumina, as well as bauxite prices. Why is that? That's because, Guinea accounts for roughly around 82 million tons of the total production of bauxite that we saw globally. Now, that would be nearly around 22 to around 25% of the total bauxite production. Remember, it has the highest amount of reserves as well, bauxite reserves in the globe as well. Now, in terms of their production, maximum of it is exported and most of it goes to China. So what the street seems to be factoring in now is that there is political uncertainty in Guinea, because you have the army that's taken over the government, and the existing government has been dissolved. So political uncertainty, they're factoring in some supply disruption, and that would be good for alumina prices as well as aluminium prices. And that's why you have NALCO, which is the only direct play on alumina that's moving higher in today's trading session. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Nigel, for putting all that into perspective. NALCO really shining bright today. But other stocks which are doing extremely well are Reliance Industries, one of the top performers and giving buoyancy to the overall market, and HCG. Take a look at that particular counter as well. And this is because of the transaction between the two parties. Now, Reliance hits a record high, and in the latest news surrounding the company, it is all set to buy a majority stake in diagnostics firm Strand Life Sciences and will invest 393 crore rupees for over 2.2 crore shares. Meanwhile, HCG to divest 38.5% stake in Strand Life Sciences to Reliance Industries for 157 crore rupees. Ekta is standing by with more details on this transaction, the valuations and the rationale. Ekta.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, Reliance Industries is a stock in focus on account of a deal announced in the healthcare space. Reliance Industries is going to buy majority stake in diagnostic firm Strand Life Sciences. The company is looking to invest 393 crores for over 2.2 crore shares and a further 160 crores, which is expected to be completed by March 2023 in terms of a total deal. Reliance will then become a majority shareholder with around 80% stake in Strand. Now, HCG is a part of the deal because they will be selling their over 30% stake in Strand Life Sciences to Reliance for over 157 odd crores. The net inflow for HCG from this deal is expected to be around 83 odd crores, as the company will simultaneously acquire the oncology hospital labs and clinical trial business from Strands for 81 odd crores. Now, Strand Life Sciences is basically focused on genomic testing in India. For FY21, revenue was 88.7 crores and profit 8.48 crores. The deal is expected to be positive according to analysts. Morgan Stanley says it adds another stack to the digital health ecosystem plans for Reliance Industries. Lastly, the deal itself signifies the consolidation taking place in the diagnostic space. It is the third deal to take place in the diagnostic space. The first big one was PharmEasy and Thyrocare, or the biggest rather. And the other, separately, we've seen two diagnostic companies hit the market as well in terms of fundraising.
All right, Ekta, thanks a lot for getting us the details on the Reliance and Strand Life deal. But staying with Reliance, actually, the company is also all set to launch the JioPhone Next, and this will be on the 10th of September. My colleague Prashant has undertaken that analysis, and he's looking at all of the likely numbers. It's over to you, Prashant.
So Reliance is the big one, isn't it? And it's going to be the big cue for the Reliance Industries stock as well in the next coming week. Remember that during the company's AGM earlier this year, the JioPhone Next was unveiled, and it was announced that it will be launched on Ganesh Chaturthi, which is September 10th, which is this coming Friday. So let's take a quick look at what this is going to be all about. Now, this smartphone has been developed by Reliance in partnership with Google. It's called the JioPhone Next. It has been stated that it will run on a customized Android operating system. This is essentially tailor-made for India. Tailor-made language options will also have a good camera to boot. So what is the big deal? Another smartphone launch, right? Well, wrong. There are various media reports which indicate that this could effectively be the cheapest smartphone out there. For some perspective, in 2020, 25% of all smartphones sold in India were priced at less than 7,500 rupees. The cheapest smartphone is priced at 5,000 rupees. The question is, are we looking at a super competitive price here? Now, CLSA estimates, to take that point forward, that if the JioPhone Next has a price point of less than 5,000 rupees, JioPhone Next could sell around 20 lakh units a month. Also, if it may come with a one locked 4G Jio SIM slot. I mean, these phones in the entry level have two SIM slots. If one of them is locked with a 4G Jio SIM, it could further strengthen Jio's lead in the entry-level 4G smartphone user base. Of course, the company could also come up with plans to offer to convert its existing 10 crore plus 4G feature phone users to upgrade to this smartphone, which is the JioPhone Next. Now, this is a line verbatim from the CLSA report, which states, and I quote, JioPhone Next, I mean, it kind of makes the same point I made earlier, but I mean, this is straight from them. JioPhone Next, along with its attractively priced 4G feature phone, may allow Jio to dominate the price-conscious segment in both the feature as well as the smartphone space. Now, just a couple of more comments here. This is coming in from Mr. Mukesh Ambani, chairman of Reliance, and this is what he said at the company's annual general meeting, and I quote, "While being ultra affordable, JioPhone Next is packed with cutting-edge features like the voice assistant, automatic read aloud of screen text, language translation, smart camera with augmented reality filters, and much more. And since this phone has been developed in partnership with Google, here is a comment from Sundar Pichai, which will come up next, who's of course the CEO of Google, on the JioPhone Next. And this is what he said. Our teams have optimized a version of our Android operating system especially for this device. It will offer language and translation features, a great camera, and support for the latest Android updates. It is built for India," end of quote. Now, can this be a big disruptive event when this phone is launched, the pricing is unveiled, etc.? Well, pricing will be keenly watched. And remember, there could be a lot of strategies employed to make this a very competitive phone. Think fintech, consumer tech, think buy now, pay later, think tie-ups with financiers. All of this could mean a very effective price point which may be coming through, and that could indeed be disruptive. But we'll have to watch this space for more. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Prashant. And anticipation of that disruption giving buoyancy to Reliance Industries. But Piramal Enterprises and DHFL also in news because the Supreme Court has stayed the implementation of DHFL, refuses to stay the implementation of the DHFL resolution plan and has asked NCLAT to decide the case within 2 weeks. So an important development there. Keep an eye out for that. But we'll slip into a short breather on Business Lunch. Before that, most exciting announcement for you, our viewers. Get